So the story with the food stamp toast lady is that she did have children and she was on SNAP benefits as of the New Jersey website, and then she lost custody of her children and then didn't qualify for SNAP benefits anymore.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do?
Hi guys, my name is Esther Daniel and you're welcome back to the channel. So I came across this video of a woman named Latosha Mercado. I don't know if I pronounce it right, and honestly I'm lost. She's sitting there eating toast, talking about food stamp in most disrespectful way, like people who get assistance are lazy or don't deserve help. And I'm just thinking, who even raised y'all to be this heartless? People are just trying to feed their kids. The internet is mad at her, and honestly, I see why. Let's get into it. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help the channel out.
The lady eating the peanut butter sandwich on toast. Listen, y'all, listen. Apparently, she lost her job. I don't know if that's true. If it's not true, there was a lovely content creator, a beautiful young lady. She came on here and said that the lady had lost her job. I don't know if that's true. But if it is true, I really wish the best for her, because even though she got online and said what she said, I'm pretty sure she did not know that she was going to get that type of backlash from people online and from her fucking job. Now, however, y'all, damn, like, I don't know. I keep telling y'all, you have to be careful with the shit you put out online. We keep seeing these videos back to back to back to back. People getting online thinking they can say anything and they have certain type of jobs. And then I heard she was asking about where's the food stamps. It's like, where you think the food stamps at, baby? The food stamps gone. They gone, baby. People spent that and people had to feed their fucking family. What do you think? Has anybody else saw this topic? Like, I know I cannot be the only one who keep on seeing videos on my For You page about the lady, the Christian woman, eating a peanut butter sandwich. Like, I know I'm not the only one. Like, how do y'all feel about old girl getting online, going crazy, and allegedly, she has now lost her job?
Food stamps are now called SNAP. And for this fucking bitch to come up in here and make fun of people who are receiving the fucking food for help while she's got Jesus all over her fucking page. Jesus is watching you, bitch. And fuck you. Fuck you. But one of my first childhood memories was Reagan on the television. And I remember my mom crying because he cut food stamps. And my mom was like, what the fuck are we supposed to do for food now? And I remember we had to go fucking to some church and beg for food. And my mom was so fucking embarrassed, I thought she was gonna fucking die. Any of you ignorant motherfuckers making fun of the poor, you will pay for that. And you're a fucking Republican? Because you people are disgusting. The Republican Party is the most disgusting pile of fuck I've ever seen in my life.
This outrage cannot be any more valid. For those who don't know, he is referring to this lady on TikTok who was eating butter and peanut butter on toast, and she was basically asking people who are going to be running out of their food stamps, what did you do with your food stamps in October? She's basically saying, like, why didn't you save up from October so that you can use those food stamps for this month? Are you crazy? It's like literally me coming on here and I'm eating some burn-ass toast and I'm trying to lecture people about worrying if they can pay their bills next month and saying, what did you do with last month's bills? Did you pay those? Why didn't you just not pay those bills in October so that you can have more money saved up for bills for next month? Like this trend for them to start making fun of people who are worried about losing their SNAP benefits and their food stamps. They don't even realize that majority of the population who rely on food stamps are red voters in red states. Not all of them. The crazy thing is that us on the left are fighting so hard for everybody to be able to feed themselves, feed their children, for people who need these benefits to have access to those benefits or to have whatever resources they need. Despite who they voted for, we are fighting for everybody. You are already turning against your own people. Hopefully she gets beef, not only from people on the left, but from people on the right, from her own people who voted the way that she voted, and from other fellow Christians. And the worst part is she even goes further to mock these people by saying, it looks like you're gonna have to go to a food pantry for Thanksgiving. Those food pantries give away turkeys and all the sides and the leftover carvings, so you may need to start thinking about that. How psychotic do you have to be? How selfish, how evil do you have to be? And yet she has Jesus all over her house. If there's a chance that you may need to visit a food pantry in order for you to have Thanksgiving with your family, there is no shame in that. There is nothing wrong with that. It's people like this that claim they're Christian and that they are Trump supporters that are trying to make it seem as if you should feel ashamed and you should not even go to a food pantry to enjoy Thanksgiving, because since you rely on food stamps and benefits, you do not deserve to celebrate. You do not deserve to enjoy a holiday with your family simply because you need a little bit of extra help from the government. To that toast eating lady making fun of people who rely on SNAP benefits, worried about how they're going to feed their families next month, there is absolutely no place for you in heaven. Jesus has no place for you by his side whenever your time comes. Karma is going to get this evil woman, and it is already starting by these hateful comments that she is receiving, and very well deserved. I really hope that you can get to a place in life that you can understand the struggle for all these people. It may mean you having to lose your job and realize how hard it is to actually make money, to find a job right now, to find ways to support yourself and feed yourself. Let's hope that you don't get in that situation, but if you do, because if you lose your job because of this video, now you will understand the struggle that these people are going through that you mocked. Let's see how you're going to feel about that later.
So the story with the food stamp toast lady is that she did have children and she was on SNAP benefits as of the New Jersey website, and then she lost custody of her children and then didn't qualify for SNAP benefits anymore. I just think if you're going to go to the internet and you're going to be that much of a fart, people are going to find out who did it and why.
This lady has been waiting a very long time to say what she said. If you missed it, this is Food Stamp Lady, someone who's clearly not in Group 7. She came on Al Gore's internet to judge people who may not get their food assistance next month, to ask them what they did last month with their food assistance last month. This is not a one-off. This isn't one radical lady with some weird thoughts. This is what a significant portion of this population believes. And they have been itching to say something about it for years. To you. To the recipients of food assistance. These people, when they see someone swiping an EBT card, they immediately look at what they bought. Lucky Charms. Oh, skirt steak. Well, I'm here with hot dogs for my children. And in their mind, they're not only having to pay for their groceries, but their tax money is paying for yours as well. And even though that's not how it works, that's how they feel about it. And they've been waiting a long time. They did not vote for Donald Trump because they were enamored with his concepts of a healthcare plan. They voted for him because he's cruel. He's willing to do that, to put those people in a situation where they're begging. And these people have been waiting to wag the finger in their face at desperate people. Keep in mind, the people on assistance are not the deadbeat parent. They're the ones who are willingly taking the children, who continue to provide for them, have a job and a half or two. They're the ones that go to the parent-teacher conferences. They're the ones saving up right now for Christmas. And that food assistance is what keeps the lights on in their house. It keeps them from getting foreclosed on or evicted. It keeps them in the car that brings their children to school. These people, these Christians, these Trump voters, see none of that. They see your Lucky Charms and see it as excessive to them. And they've been waiting to say something for a long time. She may be the only example that we've seen so far. These people want you to know that they don't have pity for you because you've been buying Lucky Charms when you could have been buying oats in bulk. I keep hearing that Pluto in Aquarius is going to reveal things. We keep thinking of corruption. It's going to reveal government corruption. What if it's just revealing what's inside of your heart? All of us collectively. And this is the first glimpse of this particular revelation.
I'm a Christian.
Okay.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November.
Okay, let's hear the Christian take on this.
What did you do with October's food stamp money?
My guess is they probably used that on food.
What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage?
Why did you ask whether they either bought processed junk or if they stocked up on pantry items? Most pantry items are processed. And then you talked about eating peanut butter on toast. That stuff is processed. Process also doesn't equal bad. Also, if you've ever looked into this, you know things like obesity rates and poverty rates are linked together because when people have less money or are relying on food stamps, they're going to try and get more bang for their buck, like you just said. So if they have a big family, they're typically going to get like a frozen lasagna to feed their family. But then if they eat healthier and spend the actual money, then you're also crapping on them. So it seems like they're never going to win with you anyways.
Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries. You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain, honestly.
I mean, hey, at least we learned what the Christian response is to this issue.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do?
Well, I don't know, Sarah Meth. Perhaps they spent October's food stamps in October? Like, what the? George Bush, you will pay for your crimes because these children should have been left behind. But unfortunately, they weren't. And now they're adults with access to the internet and total use of free will. I'm going to start calling this the J-Lo theory. Whenever you give people full unmonitored access to something, whether it be a mic, a phone, social media, whatever it is, and total use of free will, they will use that thing regardless of if it sounds good or if it makes a lick of sense. This is what Trump means when he says smart people don't like me, because what do you mean she made this video in regard to November food stamps asking what people did with their October food stamps? If Johnny had 5 apples, Methany, I know y'all be hooked on everything but phonics, so I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And I know supplemental is a big word for Elmo. That means it's supposed to supplement or help them get groceries for that month. What did you think the S stood for, savings or something? Like, what the? Then she's talking about the government is shut down because of the Democrats. That's why you're not getting your food stamps. Mind you, the Republicans are in control of the House, the Senate, the White House, and the Supreme Court. But the party with the minority is to blame for the government shutdown. Right. And double, mind you, she on here talking about people losing their food stamps. Whole time Streets is saying she lost her kids. I fear we're worried about the wrong loss, nigga, but I don't. I fear you have way more to be worried about than what people are doing with their food stamps. Put down the phone, stop kissing your cuzzling husband, and worry about yourself. Hope this helps. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
Oh, you're hungry? Well, what'd you do with last month's food stamps, huh? Are you hungry? What happened to the food I gave you yesterday? Oh, trick-or-treaters. You guys got candy last year. Will you go away? I literally gave you attention last week. Yeah, that's right. You need a ride to school? What happened to the last time I gave you a ride to school, huh? You need new clothes? What happened to the clothes you grew out of? Your birthday? I wish you happy birthday last year. Oh, please, sir, I want some more. And what happened to the first bowl of soup you were given? You need a tampon? What happened to the tampon you had last time? A prescription refill? You had your monthly supply last.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money?
Sorry about the jump scare in that clip back there. Now, Broomhilda asked a question to start off her video. That was the clip you just saw. And interestingly enough, she has the comments turned off on that video. The video where she's asking people a question about what they spent their food stamp money on in October, which would lead you to believe she wants an answer to the question, and yet she turned the comments off. To believe one or more of the following happened. She's unwilling to admit that she's wrong, she couldn't handle the responses she got, or she got tired of people commenting about the incessant smacking of her lips as she eats peanut butter toast. It should come as no surprise that Broomhilda believes the Democrats are responsible for the government shutdown. And she also talks about how long she could make a certain amount of money stretch in her household. And yet she doesn't point out that while the government is shut down and Trump is hosting private fundraiser dinners or destroying the east facade of the White House for a $250 million ballroom, or the Trump administration is sending $20 billion to Argentina, I believe, who also just brokered a deal with China for soybeans, if I'm not mistaken, also undercutting American farmers. All of this is taking place, and so much money is being sent everywhere else that Broomhilda presumably wouldn't like. But yet, because it's the Democrats' fault the government is shut down, she wants to come on the internet and lecture people about how they should spend their money because she believes she has some right to do so. And yet, she doesn't even have the bravery to leave her comment section on.
Imagine judging people for needing food stamps while you admitted that you need 2 jobs to survive. Be fucking for real. She's questioning what people did with their October benefits as if they were supposed to stretch to November. It's giving really out of touch energy. And based on her content.
And I'm stuck in this job. So I would really appreciate it if you guys watch the whole videos.
It's also giving selective memory because you're talking about struggling too. Congratulations, you're exhausted and underpaid. Working multiple jobs to cover groceries isn't the brag that you think. It's proof that even people doing everything right still can't get ahead. And this whole work harder mindset assumes that everyone has the same opportunities. Childcare support, health, and access to work, which just isn't true.
Things I have to do, so I'm just going all the time, and all I do is work. I'm here all the time.
Now, I would say you agree based on these posts. You can argue about who's a lazy adult or who isn't. I'm more worried about the kids. The kids are going to be the one who will really struggle from the loss of benefits if that happens next month. And if your family is going to be one of those affected, check your local resources now. Putting others down for struggling doesn't make your struggle more respectable. Spread kindness, not hate.
It's always the loudest ones doing the most judging that end up facing the same kind of struggle they laughed at. You can't be online calling people lazy or ungrateful, and then when things turn around, suddenly you want grace and understanding. She's out here saying she's a Christian too, but where is the compassion? You can't preach love and then mock people for needing help to survive. That's not faith, that's pride. And people forget that everybody's one bad week away from needing some kind of assistance. One job loss, one hospital bill, one life change, and boom, everything shifts. So before you open your mouth to talk down on people, remember the same system you are judging others for using might be the one you end up needing too. I just find it sad and ironic. She was so quick to judge, and now she's in the same boat. Maybe this will teach her some humanity and compassion because God has a funny way of showing people that we all are human and nobody is above struggle. Anyway, let me know what you all think. Do you feel bad for her, or do you think it's karma doing its job? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. See you in the next one. Bye.